Welcome back to Music and Wood. Today, we're going to change the tubes on a Night Train 50-watt head from Vox. I picked up this Vox Night Train head from a guitar store recently. I walked in, it was a used head, and it was very cheap, under $200, so I picked it up, figured why not, I'll give it a try. I definitely like it. It's not my favorite, but it is very nice. It's got a lot of capabilities, got emulated output. It also has a whole bunch of different channel selections of putting together bright and gain, and also the girth channel. And you can also add some thickness to it. So it's got a lot of different fun options. It's 50 watts, as I'd said, and well, we're going to go ahead and retube it today. So first I'll give you an example through some Celestion Vintage 30s, what it sounds like, and then we'll swap the tubes and leave the settings the same and see what it sounds like with new tubes. Let's get to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay, so what are you going to need to change the tubes on this Vox Night Train 50-watt head? Well, Phillips screwdriver and some tubes. Also, having a multimeter will be very helpful to bias the tubes after they're installed. So, you're going to need at least 3 12AX7s and 2 EL34 tubes to put in here. You definitely want to have a matched pair of those power tubes. Let's get started taking it apart. It's just a few screws here to take apart. The top case, few in the back, on the sides. They all seem to be the same screw, so should be easy enough to keep in order. With the last screw off, you can simply lift the cover right off the top. And now you have access to the transformers and tubes. Should be easy enough here to change these. I was just playing it, so they're a little bit warm. We'll let them cool down for 10 minutes and come back and then change the tubes. All right, the tubes are cooled down enough that I can pull them out. We'll start with the smaller 12AX7s. Grab onto that and pull it out, kind of wiggle it a little bit. I'll even bring you in closer. Here we are, a little closer. Now I can just pull this tube out. There we go. And that's an 04 tube right there. Let's grab this one. It's from 2011. Grab this one. Okay. And this does not have a date code on it, but it's a different tube, JJ instead of Electro Harmonics. All right, let's go ahead and, while we're here, also pull the power tubes out. So for those, all you have to do is just lift off this spring cover, and then you have access to pull the tubes out, grab firmly, wiggle it out, and again, grab firmly and wiggle it out. So these are the E34L tubes, somewhat slightly different than an EL34 that we're going to be putting in there from Electro-Harmonix. Let's go ahead and do the power tubes first. So these are a matched pair, as it says on there, and you also have the match set sticker right there. You always want to make sure your power tubes are matched, and then just line it up and put it in. There should be a notch on the center, and that notch only goes one way, that key only goes one way in the keyway of the socket for the tube. And just push it in firmly. Okay, and then you can replace those. Actually, I think I might have been wrong on the date codes on these Electro-Harmonix. I think one's in 05 and one's in 07. Let's replace the 12AX7s now. You can see on here these ones are from 2022. For these, there's just a missing pin, and if you look inside of the socket, you can see where that spot is with the missing pin. Then they should line up, and you should be able to press it right in. One more to go. All right, with those all installed, it's now time to bias. With the bottom removed, we can now bias the power tubes. You're going to want to make sure it's plugged in, speakers are plugged in, and you've got the two switches on in the on position. This P8 header has a ground and then two test points. And what you're going to want to do, according to the schematic, is measure 35 millivolts on both test points from reference of that center ground pin right there in the middle. There are two potentiometers lower in the case. Right here we've got these two, and those correspond to the two test points above. All you have to do, measure and make micro adjustments on those variable resistors. One of those while you're in there things, on this the volume knob is actually a little bit noisy, so what I'm going to do is use some contact cleaner, spray that in there while I've got it open, and that should hopefully clean it up a bit. All right, let's put it all back together now. All right, and now we get to listen to it with some new tubes in there. Thanks so much for watching. Sure hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead, please like and subscribe to the channel and the video and such. It really helps out and helps the channel grow. And I'll see you next time on Music and Wood.